Welcome.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. So, how did you find Graal? And when did you start playing?
Um, I found it back in 2011, and I had an iPod at the time, and I actually don't know. I want to say mid, but I didn't do much on there, if that makes sense. I didn't spend much time on it, if that makes sense. But I did start playing in those times. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a fun game. But I didn't really get into it until like 2012, and even then, I didn't really do much besides socialize. I didn't really buy anything on that game or anything. Um, but I got into it in 2012. I think it was a really good year. But yeah.
Did you experience any changes after your first year of playing?
Let me see. Yeah, I think one of the things I noticed after playing the game for a year, I remember it's funny because I didn't really get into it after my first year of playing, and one of the things I really wanted to do was PK. And the first tower I wanted to do was Mod Tower. Well, at least back in the day, there were so many people outside of it, outside Mod Tower, and it used to be stationed where the that practice spar room is now. And right when I was gonna get into PKing, they changed it. They changed the whole thing. Yeah, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And it's funny, I didn't explore much of the game either. And I remember they had if my memory serves me correctly, they had a city over there, where the tower is now, a different city and stuff. And I was gonna explore there, and then they put the tower there, and it was just oh, what the fuck is going on here? But they made a lot of changes, and yeah, I think at least back then, oh my god, they killed the game. But at least back then, they made changes that were at least they gave more than took more, at least back in the day. But nonetheless, it was cool. Yeah, but that was fun.
Do you own any items with crazy histories or backstories? If so, then could you share a story?
To be honest, I only have. I'll tell you this. I don't really do any admin events or stuff. I only have one admin event. Well, actually, two of them. And I think it was in 2012 when they finally started doing those digging admin events. I think I was one of the first ones. But it was a dog hat. It's from some admin. I think his name was War or something. I don't think it was War. But he has a big. They were big animal hats, and I have it. I'll probably show you after the interview, but I have that, and I only have one 1K hat, one customized, back when they did customize 1K hats. I have one of them. I actually saw it in one of your videos. It's the Guild Breezy. It was in 2014, and it's funny because I didn't do anything for the guild. I don't like towering because I think it's boring, but I was really good friends with the leader, so he just gave me the hat. And it's not a bad hat. I think it's actually a decent 1K hat because of the details in it. But yeah, I think it's I just I don't really have any crazy items because I don't do much of those things. But yeah, I think if I did dig into those things, I would have a lot more items. But yeah.
Are there any items that you regret not buying from the past? If so, then what were they?
Yeah, I do. You know what? Oh my god, there's so many of them. Because yeah, I think the first year, I'm telling you, the first year of Graal, I did most of my time socializing, and I remember I looked at those VIPs for a long time back in 2011, 2012, and I'm like, I don't want to waste my money. I remember I had 20K Graalets, and I never used it for a year. I just like having the money on my profile. And I remember, I think it was June, and they had those werewolves and I'm like, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this. They look really like sick. The black ones, the gray ones, the red ones. I wanted them, like the mounts and morphs. And then I think a week later they changed them to the the griffins, whatever they're called. Those mounts, like the bird ones. Yeah, I was so upset that they changed that because that's like the one I think that's like the biggest thing I regret not getting is that mount. I still think it's like the wolf one. I think it's like yeah, because after that they changed it to the griffin one. I think in July, and I did buy that one. Just like I'm gonna buy this at least. But I really wanted that one, the black one. Yeah, like I'm telling you, I saw it for like weeks and I didn't buy it at all. And I could have. Yeah, I don't know. I was stubborn with my money, man. I didn't buy anything. I was real stubborn with my money. I I didn't. I had no hats for like a year. But I think it was that and um, that skeleton in the maze. Um, like I don't really regret that much. I don't like it or anything. But whenever somebody like pulls it out of nowhere, I'm like, I could have gotten that. It's just I remember I tried doing the maze and I got so frustrated. I got like so pissed. I'm like, I don't want to spend my time doing this stupid maze. And I was just, I think I was like 10 years ago. I was like a kid, and I didn't want to do it. Like I tried it, but I got so frustrated at it. And then yeah, it was a green one I like wanted, and I think after a while I tried doing it again, but they took it off. Like I think it was just a Halloween thing. I have the snail morph too. It's funny. I have a couple morphs that I just don't use, but yeah. I think the other thing I really regret is not like starting a tower guild or something to get my own 1K hat. Because they took that off, like your customizable one, like custom hat. Which is I think it's so silly. I think that's what made one of the games unique. They could have a custom hat in your own game, and I didn't think they would ever take that off, and they did. And I regret not. Yeah, and I just regret not at least joining a guild. I mean, I do have a 1K hat, but I regret not like making my own guild and like reaching 1,000 hours because I could have done it within like the span of years. At least have like my own hat. I really regret that not getting a customized hat.
In what year did you feel as if the good times were gone and Graal was no longer the same game as you remember, and why?
I think I want to say I feel like I could go two ways going along this way. Like I think at least when you there's like two ways I go about this. I think when you start off playing Graal, I think no matter I say what year, I think it's always fun because you get into the game, just talking to people, joining guilds or whatever. And I think when I really did that was 2012, and 2013 was really, I think, well, 2012 was I think 2012 was still like the best year, but I really liked 2013, even though they changed a lot, like the graphics and like those. I remember they started changing so much. Like the hats were just like I remember I didn't buy any hats because they were just so cartoony-ish, and that's why I don't buy any hats for like the longest. Or like I don't know, like I'm telling you this is like a small rant, but I had so many friends in the past who would just be buying so many of these hats. I'm like, I don't know how you like those hats. They're like no details, no shading. Like I wear the same hat like for years now, but like I think 2013, I think by the end of it, I took like a small break just because it wasn't fun for me anymore, and I started playing again in 2015 when I made YouTube videos, and I thought it was fun PKing, and I really got into PKing. I had like 100K back in 2013, like I reached 100K PKs, but I really enjoyed PKing in 2015, and I got back into the game, but then they changed like SAR. I only PK'd at SARS with like a lot of old players, like OG players, and then they changed like the SARS tower, and then they changed a lot, and I tolerated it because I adjusted to it. But then in like 2016 and then 2016 and I think 2017, there is like they have like I want to rant so bad. Maybe that's for a different question, but they have like problems with their servers. It's like really bad, and yeah, 2013 was when the game really, I think, started changing for the worse. I think. I mean, I don't think. I think. I mean, I think it was fine, but I think it was like a change in the direction. You know, it wasn't really anything. Yeah, you started like it's like a tipping your toes in the water. It was like whatever, but then it really changed more as the years went on. Um, but like what the game was no longer was no longer. I think for me, when I started finding the game really unfun, when there, at least for me, what I like doing on that game is PKing, and in 2016 and 2017, they just had like a lot of foreign people start playing. I think like a lot of people from Europe and Asia, and I think it's good for the game. I think it really populated the game, but they have they have bad connection to the game, and I can't hit them. Like I can't hit them when I play the game. I don't know why. Like their hitbox is somewhere else, and it's just not the same game anymore. It's really not, and like especially now you get on. It's just sad.
If you could go back in time, then what would you change?
I think I spent so many hours AFKing. I think what I think one of the things I would have done is gone back and gotten a 1K hat, made my own guild, and gotten a 1K hat for sure. And also probably continue PKing. Continue PKing. I had like 100. I reached 100k PKs back in 2013, and I think back then it was still kind of rare. I think there was only like a little less than like 150 people with it, I think. But I feel like if I would have kept PKing, I think I would have had like 600,000 PKs by now, or 700,000 PKs. I think I would have been one of the people with like the highest PKs by now. But yeah, I think that's like it in terms of like the people I've met on there. You know, if I would have changed anything between them, I'm fine. Oh, you know what? There's one thing I would change actually. There's something else. I remember the first Tower Guild, not the first Tower Guild, but the first Tower Guild. I was like really excited. That was like one of the first ones I joined. That like I really wanted to get the hat for, and it was a guild called Uprising, I think, in 2013, and I worked so hard for it. I remember I spent so many hours just defending Sards, and then they didn't even put me on the hat list. It was like so, they did me so dirty, man. And if I could change that, I'd be like, I wouldn't like. I didn't join late. They didn't give it to me. They were like, those were like, back then there was like the people holding those towers were like, those OG players. And I don't know, they just there were some people who just kissed ass to them. And I didn't like, I think my problem is I didn't really talk to anybody. Like I didn't socialize with any of those leads. I just like helped out, you know? I was kind of like, say I'm a noob, I just like towered. I just helped defend, but I didn't like make friends with any of them. And they didn't put me on that hat list, and like I would spend like, I think it was like the summer too, and I would spend that summer PKing them instead, you know, because it was just a waste. It was so sad. And that's why I don't like joining tower guilds anymore, because I never got the hat for that. It was like my big time experience joining like a big guild, and they didn't give me the hat. It was so sad.
What motivates you to keep playing Graal?
I don't play Graal at all. Well, actually, I get on every couple of months. Well, I get on during Christmas. Um, I just honestly, I get on. I stopped playing like in 2018, but I get on like mostly on Christmas just to give away gifts to people. I don't know, but I do. When I get on, I do PK. Like I genuinely like. I genuinely think Graal had so much potential as a game, and I think I see Graal as like a social media. It's like so user friendly. It's like a social media type of game. But you can also kill people, and it's like funny. I think it's funny, but um, I just it's like as much as I don't like admitting it, I spent like most of um high school playing that game, so it's kind of a part of my childhood, if you could say. So it's always like I get on mostly on Christmas, but every couple of like months, and it's just like it's just like a nostalgia type of thing, and then I get off of it real soon because it's like sad to see the game. But in terms of like actually playing and talking to people, I don't do that anymore. Um, like actually playing more than like 30 minutes, I don't do that. Yeah.
How do you view the game today? What recent changes do you like or dislike? And why?
I think damn, did they I think I so the thing about this is in terms of the recent changes that they've done, I personally don't, because I only do one thing on Graal, which is like player kill, and I usually never really mind the updates unless they start affecting me. Like I said, one of the things I also too, the farming system is so. I know they changed that. I don't know when they changed that, where you can't farm for people or people you can't give growlits to people. Um, I got on it earlier this year, and I don't know what it was. Like I was trying to like give someone a growlit, and I'm like, why can't I give you that growlit? Like why isn't that possible? Like why can't you farm for me? What's going on? And I thought the game was broken, and I didn't know they updated it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why would they? Like I don't know. Like I hardly get on it. Whenever I see these changes, I'm like, what the hell? Like why would they do that? You're taking away something. How does this help? And I'm like, oh my god, they did something so stupid again. um, I mean, it's just my opinion. Yeah, and also one of the things, I think it was, I don't know if the year exactly, whether it was 2015 or 2016. They limit you to the amount of guilds you join, like five. Um, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that because I was in a lot of guilds, like from 2012, and it's always fun having like an OG tag, and like I don't know, I left like all of them, um, which sucked. It's just nice to have like a really old tag that you were in. Um, but they took that off, and also I don't understand this. The thing I disliked the most was the removal of like the towers, like Snow Tower and Swamp in York. Um, I don't understand why they removed that. I really don't. I don't understand that. I really don't. I guess there's less towers you have to take over, and it makes for people. There's more action in towers, I guess, or something like that. I'm assuming that's why, but it's like even though I didn't really go at those towers, every once in a while I would, and it would be nice. It felt like there's more variety, and they took that off, and yeah, it's just silly to me. And at least if they took it out, you should have added something in, if that makes sense. Like I don't really like Destiny. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. That's like a lot of booby traps and stuff. It's like SARS, but like annoying. Like I don't understand. Like you could have added that and still kept the other towers. Like I don't know. Like I understand that, but I think that's like what harms the game, that they can't have all these things. Um, like it's sad. I don't know. Like it would have been nice if they put a hat shop where the towers were or something. Um, but yeah, I think that's pretty. I think a lot of people were upset about that. Um, it's just upsetting.
What items would you want to see in the nearby future?
Do you know what would be cool if they gave you an item which gave you more health than like the average person? Like I think we all have like 3.0 HP, but there's like an item that gives you like 10 point HP. That'd be cool. I think that'd be cool. I don't know if they added 4-person mounts. That would be cool. I don't know, little stuff like that. I'm trying to think of what else. If it's just items, I don't know. I think in general, in terms of like items, I just wish. I hope for the sake of the game, they add better hats and just better stuff in general. I think that would be better instead of adding something new. They just fix stuff. You know, I think that would be better.
Well, that concludes the ending of this interview. Thanks for joining, and good night.
Peace, peace, peace.